All right, hey everybody, Justin here. Got a lot to share today, and I will tell you, yesterday was my long haul, 15 hours sourcing and driving, and that's not including drive time um, to the city and back. So, um, honestly, after yesterday, putting in all that time looking at clothes and different things, I need a break for a day, but the machine must keep moving, so the wheels must stay cogged. So I did my weekly report, and I'm going to share it with you. But that's not all I'm going to share with you. 5 things. Roughish. I already boxed up one of the things I had written down to share, so we'll improvise and we'll do something else. Um, so I want to share with you my numbers for the week towards my goal. And remember, my goal is to make $1,000 spendable income, so profit, net profit, by listing at least 25 items a week. It's 5 a day, Monday through Friday, and doing that on a $500 budget. So $500 to spend in inventory, 25 items a week, make $1,000 profit. All right, that's my goal. Now this month I doubled up on some weeks and got almost 40. I'm sorry, almost 50 listed. I think my highest week was 47, and then I had a 32, uh, 41, and then a 47. This week I sort of slacked because I got most everything listed, and I just sort of took a break. So anyway, that's my goal. Now let me share with you 5 things that I sold. I'll give you an update on some of these Nerf guns that I got. If you saw my other video about 6 Nerf guns from a local Facebook group, that I don't normally do that, but took a risk. I actually made more than I thought I would, and they sold really quick. So we're gonna go over that. That's pretty exciting, and then we'll go over the numbers for the week. And I want to talk about numbers a little bit at the end here. But hey, I've got over 100 subscribers, so yay! I mean, that's pretty much all there is, right? So I've made it. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's go over the 5 things that I sold. First thing I want to show you is this Vineyard Vines double XL. It's got the little whale there. Vineyard Vines XXL. Now, this shirt I had sitting around forever. I didn't list it, and I'll show you why I didn't list it. Because if you notice on the bottom here, see how the stitching, the inside bottom, the stitching is completely undone. And I was sort of afraid to sell it. But I figured, well, I'll just sell it and then just mention it in there. So I did. I put it at auction for $8.50, and it sold. Only one bid, but it sold within the week. Plus shipping, it was $15.15 is what I sold it for. It's going to cost me about, actually it's probably going to cost me about $360, but we'll say $4. It's going to cost me about $460 to ship. So I paid about, I don't remember. I either got this on a dollar day and paid $1 for it, or I paid my normal $460 for it, so I rounded up to $5. So $15.15, $4 to ship, cost me $5. I'm going to make $4.63 off of it. Next thing I want to show you here is this Ralph Lauren waffle shirt. Waffle shirt. It's a thermal, is what it is, but it's a waffle shirt. Camouflage, brand new with tags. It's the newer ones, brand new with tags. Polo. The original price on that is $45. Okay, and after watching the great and renowned Ronnie Hart from Hart's Pickers talk about going to TJ Maxx and stuff like that, I decided I'd give it a shot. I used to go to TJ Maxx a lot when I did Arbitail Retrage with I think I said that backwards. Retail arbitrage, right? When I used to buy a lot of toys and different things like that. I never thought about doing it for clothes, but I did it. I paid $8 for this. Now I had one of these before I bought used and did pretty well with it. So I bought it for $8, and it's going to cost me about $4 to ship. And I sold it for $29.99 plus free shipping. So, I don't know how long it's sat. It could be over 30 days, could not. I know I haven't had to relist it, and I always list it to relist for 3 times. So if I have to relist it, it's been there 90 days. I know it hasn't been there that long, and I don't know if it relisted once or not. So between 30 and 60 days is how long this was up for. And by the time it's finished, after I get it shipped out of here and minus what I paid, I'm going to make $14.67 off of that. I only bought 2 of them because I was a little leery. Like the $30 seems sort of high to me. I was a little leery, so I got 2 of them. This is the first one I sold. Also got a vest there that I sold this week too from TJ Maxx. All right, these next 2 items here, we can count this as 2, right? I'm gonna count them together because I sold them together. If you watched, I think it was my last haul video from the dollar days, I got these fashionable, right, shirts right here. Okay. Mediums. This is like a chambray. This is like a white. They're dress shirts. I paid $1 for them, $1 each. Okay, they were the color of the week, and they lasted till Sunday. So then they went down to $1. I bought 3 of them, 2 just like this, and 1 like this. I listed them sometime last week, and I want to say all 3 of them sold within about 4 days. So I have had some fashionable stuff listed before, but I think I was just asking too much for it. I put these up for $14.99 plus free shipping. The one sold pretty quick, $14.99 plus free shipping. I think it was like the next day. And then a guy says, hey, I want both of these. Will you do $25 for both of them? I said, sure, because that's like me spending $2 and selling it for $25. Or if you do all 3 together that I got, that's like me spending $3 and selling them for $45, which is excellent. All right, plus shipping. So I'm shipping these out together. I did free shipping on these, but since you bought them both, it has to go priority, so I'm putting both of them into a poly mailer, which is going to be about $6.30, which ends up saving me in the long run, because if I did each of them individually as first class, it'd probably run about $7.20. So it's going to save almost $1 that way, which is an extra $1 in my pocket. And hopefully he's happy. They're real nice shirts. They're real clean. Actually, when I picked them up, they still had the dry cleaner tag on them, so somebody had them steamed or dry cleaned. All right, and so $25 for those 2 shirts. And how I did that is I just went in and made it a best offer, and I said, all right, man, just go ahead and make an offer for 10 on the white one and 15 on the blue. But if you decide not to do that, let me know, so I can undo the white one, or so I can undo the best offers. And he asked me at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and he didn't end up buying them until like 9 o'clock that night. But anyway, they're sold. $25 shipped, $6.30 shipping. Paid $2 for them. Going to make $13.87 off that. Not bad for flipping in a couple days. Had another one, North Face shirt. Don't have it. I already packaged it up. Sold it for $13.64. Paid $1 for it. $4 shipping, so I make $7 off that. But we'll scratch that one. And then I want to show you this as the last thing here. This is from that Nerf haul, and I want to talk about that here in a minute. But this is the Nerf Long Strike. It is missing the front barrel. And unfortunately, some of these cooler guns you think you're going to get more out of, but you don't. Anyway, I had already gotten my money back from this lot, and so these, I wasn't really worried about getting top dollar and waiting. I was just more worried about getting them out of the house, because as you can see, I don't really have a lot of room. And by the way, not all that stuff is inventory. As a matter of fact, some of it is, but some of it's just like crafts and stuff that we don't have a place for. So anyway, sold this for $31.94 shipped. I paid about $8.33 for it. It's going to cost me about $9 to ship, and so $11.17 is what I'll make off this. Now that's after minusing what I spent on it, so $11.17 profit. All right, off of this. So off of those 5 items, I made about $51.34. So 5 items, $51.34. That's $10.27 average profit, not ticket price, profit. So I made about $10 and some odd cents off of each one of those. Some I made more, some I made less. All right, but that's essentially what it boils down to, and normally that's what it ends up being, so that's okay. I did have a return this week. There was a vest that I sold. It was in my last video. Daniel Kremix, or I guess I say it, brand new with tags, wool, cashmere blend vest. Guy ordered it, wants to return it. He said it's not perfect, something's wrong with it. I said, all right, what's wrong with it? Well, he said it didn't fit right. said, sorry about that, but if it's an issue where it doesn't fit right, just pay return shipping, and then I'll go ahead and ship you the label, and then deduct that from your refund. And he said, well, I don't understand why I have to pay it if you didn't describe it right. And so I said, what was not described right in it? Because I went in and double checked. I had the tag, pictures of the tag, pictures of everything, and I even had the measurements down there. So I said, what wasn't correct? And then he said, just confirm your address. So I confirmed the address, and then he shipped it back, and I'm not paying return shipping. During that whole process, I did call eBay just to make sure that they would be on my side about it, which don't ever take a rep's word for it, because you can call one rep and they'll be on your side, and then call another one and then not on your side. So know the policies and stuff like that. The guy said it still had the tags on it, so it was unaltered, so that's perfect. I've already got the listing up. I'll get it back. I'll return him his money. He pays for shipping, and I'll just get it relisted. So no big deal there. I don't like having to send back that $43, but it's part of the business. All right. Okay, so I had to return. Those are the 5 items that I sold. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about these Nerf guns real quick before we get into the weekly sales. All right, Nerf guns are all boxed up and shipped out. Now, if you remember, I bought 6 guns for $50 off of Facebook group, which I normally don't do. So it averaged out to about $8.30 an item. And here is here's my profit sheet from it. All right. So when I buy something new like that, like if it's a lot of something, I like to keep a track of how much I actually made from that specific lot that I bought. And I was really surprised. These things sold pretty quick. All right. I sold 1, 2, 3, 4. I sold 5 of them, and I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I sold 4 of them. And then the other 2, one was broken, the other one's not really worth anything, so I put them on a Facebook group and see if anybody buys them. At this point, they're just profit, so I'll just get rid of them for whatever. But here's the breakdown. If you want the go over the whole breakdown. All right, anyway, here's the breakdown. This is just how I did it. I just wrote the name, right, the cost, what it was to ship it, and then the profit. Okay, so we'll just do it real quick. I sold the Nerf Raven, $55.04 shipped. After shipping and everything and deducting the cost of the item, I made $34.26. Next one, the Rapid Strike, sold for $43.49 shipped. After shipping and item cost, I made $23.88. All right, so there's my money back right there, plus a little bit from those two items. Okay. So then I had the Nerf Long Shot that I just sold for $31.94 minus shipping and item cost. I made $11.17. Sold the Stampede for $34.90. After shipping and item cost, made $15.46. All right, so add all those up, the 4. And you get, let's see, 84.77, okay, minus the 33.22 in the item cost. So I've got to add back in the item cost for these items, because the profit that I made here is already deducting the item cost, if that makes sense. All right, so I think I did that right. So we got that, and then so I still need $16.68 for the remainder of what I spent, and then so you minus that, and then you get a total of $68.09 is the total profit off of those items. All right, I don't know if you followed that or not, but essentially this profit is already deducting some of my original cost. Okay, so with those 4, it was $33.32 that I already got back towards the $50 that I originally spent. So there's $16.68 left. So I deduct that from the total profit of $84.77, and it leaves me with $68.09. So about $70 off of those I made. So I spent $50, made $70. The cool thing about that is they sold quick. They all sold within the week. I sold 2 this weekend. So I listed them, I think I listed some Monday, some Tuesday, maybe one Wednesday, and they all sold within under a week. And so that's pretty sweet. So I spent $50, made about 70 in under a week. I would do that consistently. Doubles your money, more than doubles your money in a short amount of time. So always watch out for some of those toys that sell quick like that. The Nerf guns are sort of tricky and they're sort of a pain in the butt to ship. For example, I'll just show you. For example, the Stampede. The Stampede is huge, so I took these boxes here. These are the 12 by 15 free boxes, and I put two together, and then I just boxed it up in there. All right, I boxed it up in there, and then after I boxed it up in there, I realized I forgot to put a part in there, so I have to untape it, shove this in there, and retape it. But anyway, that's what you kind of want to watch out for with those bigger items. Is make sure you get a box before you list it, because you don't want to list it, have to have it out by the next day, and then try to figure out where you're going to get a box or how to ship the dang thing. All right, so that's pretty cool, those Nerf guns, the profit on the Nerf guns. Now let's go ahead and get into the weekly income. Now it's not as pretty as I think that it has been, but I'm going to explain to you why. I'm going to explain to you why I don't get discouraged when I see these numbers, because the way that I do it is just a general overview, but there's a lot more factors that go into it. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. All right, so here's my weekly breakdown. Remember, how I do this is I go to, this is Amazon FBA and Merchant Fulfilled and eBay. So this is Amazon and eBay, and so I go to the transactions, go to date range report, and I print that out for the week that I'm doing. And then I go to and just screenshot the sales on eBay and the expenses on eBay for the week, and then I plug them into the Excel sheet, and that's how I come up with this. I do have an Excel sheet that I keep finer tabs on, item costs, and all that stuff. But for general purposes, I make one of these every week, just to sort of test and see where I'm at. All right, so my eBay income, $507.30, lower than it has been. Amazon, $247.52. So total gross income for the week of March 19th to the 25th, $754.82. Okay, $754.82. Okay. Now the fees, eBay $159.75, Amazon $140.02, for a total of $299.77. $299.77. I'm sorry. Gross income $754.82. Fees, including shipping and all that kind of stuff, $299.77. Now here's where the big hit comes in this week, is the total product. All right, $291.66. $291.66 was the product. So my total expenses $591.43. So the total net profit for this week was $163.39. And so it's not as high as it has been, but here's what I have to consider. All right, I have to consider the two things. The inventory. The inventory cost is what I have to consider, because the inventory isn't actually money. It's not actually an expense until I sell the item, right? And I understand that. But what I like to look at is the money that I actually have to spend, because I can't take those items that I bought and like go to the grocery with them, right? But in the back of my mind, I know that the inventory that I'm spending, the inventory that I'm buying, is going to be profitable in the months to come or in the weeks to come. All right, so I don't get too hard on myself for that. I want to make sure I don't spend crazy and spending it all as fast as it's coming in, but I don't get too upset at that. All right, so if I would have not spent that in inventory, it would have my profit for the month would have been $500.62. 500. Ugh, I don't know why I can't talk. It's probably this. It's probably what it is. But anyway, if I would not have spent that on inventory, or if we don't include the inventory in the expenses, then my weekly profit is $562.71. All right. So this is why I want to talk numbers a little bit, because if you the way that I'm keeping track of it, I have to know what is a genuine expense and what isn't, right? For me, I want this 163.39. That's what I want. I want to see that. All right, that's what I want to know. How much I have that I can spend, all right, or how much I have minus everything that went out. Okay, so I want to know that. But in reality, the $291.66 is not something that I'm not getting back, right? It was an investment. So if we don't take that as an expense, we take it as an asset, then my total for the month, the total for the week would have been $562.71. Okay, so I'm okay with that. So this number isn't as daunting as it seems, right? I did list a few less items this week. I listed 18, and I sent in one box of 35 things to Amazon FBA. All right, so slow down the listings a little bit. I'm gonna try to pick back up in the coming weeks because I have this huge haul that I got. So we'll see how that works. So this number doesn't scare me. This 163.39, and as a matter of fact, some weeks it has been in the negative for that week, which I don't really like to see that, but it's not as bad. It's not as bad as it seems, right? So I did make more than that. I just spent it also to get inventory. Now, the weekly numbers are good. It helps keep me on track to where I'm going, right? And keeping track of how many items I list, it keeps me on track of where I'm at. And doing this every week keeps me accountable, keeps me involved in the business, keeps me my mindset on where I'm going and how I'm doing, any changes that I need to make. But really what we're after is the monthly profit, right? $1,000 spendable income per month on a $500 budget. All right, that's my goal. All right, so really it all comes down to the month, because I could have a negative $300 one week and then have a positive $900 the next week, right? So I'm more interested in what goes on during the month. So for March, we still have, it's the 26th today, so we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then tonight as well, days left in March. Okay, so almost a whole nother week. But, and I looked this up just for this video because some people might be thinking, man, 163.39, that's not a lot, what's going on? And so I just wanted to explain the deal with the inventory there, all right? Because it's not actually an expense, it's an asset right now. And I also wanted to say that it's not, if you have a bad week, it's not all about that week. Okay, so I'm going to share with you my numbers for the month. I'm not going to give you the entire breakdown. That's going to be in the next video that I do for my monthly update. But my numbers for the month of March, from the 1st until the 25th so far, okay, including this week, are, right? And this is good news, okay? My total income gross between Amazon and eBay are $3,346.38. Right? $3,346.38 so far in March. Gross. Now, my expenses were $1,771.78. Okay? And then the inventory was $562.71. All right. So my total for the month so far is $1,210.07. So I've already attained my goal, right? Now, for the month so far, I have spent over. I wanted to spend $500. I spent $562.71. All right. So I'm going to stop for a week until the next month comes over. But I'm already $210.07 over my profit. So that's good. I have a whole other week. All right. So that's great. And I also just realized that the $562.71 was my monthly inventory expense, not what my weekly profit would have been. Forgive me. All right. Is it too late to backtrack? Can I backtrack? Am I going to redo this whole video? Am I going to stop it and then remake it to correct that number? No, I don't think I am. I'm just going to apologize and go back. All right, remember when I said the 163.39 plus the inventory that I spent was 562 something. That was incorrect because I was looking at the wrong dang on spot. And if you did your math, you would have been like, wait a minute, this guy's full of crap. Anyway, the 163, all right, here we go. The 163.39 that I made would have been $455-ish if I would not have spent that on the items. Is that still right? Is that right? Yeah. Let me just double check because my writing was sort of chicken scratch. So 163.39. You know what? It's not. I didn't round it. 66 cents and 39 cents. It goes right right there. So 1, 5, 6, 9. So 0, 1, 9, 10, 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah. So sorry about that. There's my correction though. The 163.39, if you don't include the inventory cost, the item cost that I went out and got new inventory with, would have been $455. Okay. Yeah. So that's correct. 3, 4. Yeah. All right. So sorry about that. I was looking at the wrong number. All right. So 163.39 for the month. If you add back in the inventory cost, which isn't a real expense, it's going to be $455. All right, and the $562.71 is what I spent for the entire month. Again, I apologize for that. But the good news is, and the point that I wanted to get across, is that the monthly goal that I'm going toward has already been met plus some. All right, so I'm going to stop spending on inventory, and I've got about 70 things that I need to get cleaned up, prepped, and listed. I'm going to try to do that in the next 2 weeks before I go back out, except for I do have another book sale that I'm going to go to. So I'm pretty excited about that, right? And so just remember, if you have a bad week, it doesn't mean that you're going to have a bad month. And the month is really what I'm after, right? The month is how I'm gauging my success. But again, I need to look at what I want to make for the month, and then look at what I need to make or do for the week to meet that monthly goal, and then look at what I need to do each day to meet that weekly goal, and then to meet that monthly goal. If that makes sense. So you start far out. So say you start for the year. What do I want to do this year? Right? What do I want to make? All right. So what do I have to make every month to do that yearly? And then what do I have to do or make every week to meet that monthly goal so I can meet that yearly goal? And then what do I have to do every day so that I can make that weekly goal, to make that monthly goal, to make that yearly goal? So that's how I'm goal setting, right? And if you're out there setting goals and not sure what to do, it's got to be specific, right? Like notice how I have a specific, measurable goal, right? Make $1,000 spendable income a month by listing 25 items Monday through Friday every week on a $500 budget. All right, so that's something that I can measure. I mark on my calendar. Okay, how effective am I being at listing these 25 items every week, right? And then what's the outcome from it? What am I making weekly? Okay, and then ultimately, what am I making monthly? All right. So I encourage you to keep goals, or to set goals, and then keep your commitments to yourself for those goals. And I'm just glad I got to share these with you guys. It helps me stay accountable. Again, sorry that I read the wrong numbers there earlier, but if you watch the whole video, you'll be able to figure it out. I corrected it there at the end. But I am excited that I have over 100 subscribers, and that I've already met my goal for the month, and we still have a whole other week left. And yeah, so things are going good on eBay and Amazon. I know the summer's coming; it's getting ready to slow down, but just keep listing anyway. Keep on listing. You're gonna go through ebbs and flows. The beginning of this week, I was worried. It was like Wednesday, and I had like 1 or 2 sales, but then it really sort of picked up, and you can get it all at once. Right? So I'm gonna go box these things up, package them up, get them ready to ship out tomorrow. So thanks for watching. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want more like this, or if you found anything helpful, go ahead and subscribe, and leave any comments that you'd like. I'll be more than happy to get back to you if I have the time. And well, just have a good night or have a good day, and look forward to having you all come and check me out next time. The next video I want to make is going to be a big haul video, I think, of a lot of stuff that I got. So anyway, stay tuned for that, and I'm out.